No, did I say dollar? This is not a dollarized economy. My colleagues are here with me. Bulo Semwagu is there, and Tevetiaf is also here.
Good morning, Amici, and it's nice to be here. Should I say congratulations to CBN? The new Naira Notes are expected to hit the ATM machines, and all electronic withdrawal machines are available to the Nigerian people. The cash withdrawal limit starts from 9th of January. People should not mix it up. Cash withdrawal limit takes effect from 9th of January, but the new note takes effect from today.
It goes in circulation.
In circulation today, you can still use the old note until the 31st of January 2023. So we have to be careful how we rush to the bank. You know, Nigerians, some people don't want to listen, don't want to hear the time frame given to exchange the old note. They just feel it's today. If you go to the bank today, I mean, you weep. It's the way people have queued up, bringing their old notes to come and change. Some people don't want to spend the old note at all because they feel they'll be arrested or harassed. And also people doing business, you should be able to go a little step further to educate your customers that no, the period is long. It's the 31st of January. Even on Christmas Day, you can still give people old notes. If you have old notes that you have not been able to change, you can still give them out. But we Nigerians need to help the CBN to ensure that the policy, the change Naira note does not take too long time. I know Nigerians are very quick in ensuring that such things are implemented. I know before December ending, everybody must have changed the old note. But be that as it may, we also caution businessmen that have mutilated the old Naira note. This is a new note. We have to be careful. The market women that rub fish water on it, and those that sell in the restaurant,
and the big men that spray it during parties.
We also be careful because we have to respect our currency. The way we respect other currencies in other countries, we also need to give respect for our currency, because the currency is like the coat of arms of a country. The currency is like the national anthem of a country. It's a national identity of a country. So we have to show respect for it and ensure that this currency does not get mutilated like the one we are changing.
Amici, good morning to you. Good morning, listener. We know that the central bank has been under pressure. One would say tremendous one, for the governor to go all the way to Daura to meet the president speaks volumes.
Last week
speaks volumes.
Or was it early this week?
I can't recall exactly.
Yeah, that was Wednesday, I think Tuesday, Wednesday last week.
No, I think that was before the president traveled.
After he met with the National Assembly.
So it's last week.
Yeah, it's last week. That was before the president traveled. You know, so it's clear that they are under serious pressure. In fact, the House of Reps has asked them to, throw away the idea, as it were. But the Senate is a little bit more matured in the way and manner, even though they were sharply divided. We heard the comments by almost all of them, which points to which direction. And they are indeed speaking for a set of people. Change is always resisted when it comes. The truth is, this withdrawal limit has been in place. I know that presently, some of the banks, you can't withdraw more than 150,000 Naira from the ATM. Once you've hit the 150,000 Naira, the next withdrawal, it will show you've exceeded your withdrawal limit, for the day. So definitely all of this will come in for the CBN governor to also say they are willing to, make some adjustments and all of that. We wait to see. It's clear that the CBN will definitely review the withdrawal limit upwards, but we'll advise that they should not buckle in too much, that it will compromise the essence, of the revised policy, as it were. Let's get it started. If there are changes that can come in, eventually we can do them, moving forward. But we need to also get some of these things up and running, as it were.
You need to also let us know why you're staying put and saying that we should get it started first before we adjust it. I think Nigerians need to also understand our reasons for saying that the CBN should get the policy started first before, as I said earlier, the policy starts from 9th of January. One would say probably because of the issue of kidnapping where the kidnapper demand for certain ransom, that will checkmate it. So I would align with you if it's that in that direction you're looking at it, that the policy should kick off first before we talk about adjustment.
Like the CBN, like I said, it's clear. The CBN will review it before January 9th. They will review the
and what if they don't?
They will. The kind of pressure they have been subjected to.
And it decides to soak up the pressures.
And that's what we're also saying, that even if they are reviewing or not going to review, they should not compromise the essence of it. Definitely, once it kicks off, there will be a lot of teaching problems, which I mentioned the last time. Some businesses and all of that will need to put certain infrastructure in place. Like my village will need a bank there, and all of my local.
So who will put a bank in your village? CBN.
Those are
not their responsibility.
No, that's what I'm saying. That eventually some of these things will address
economic activities.
The fact that we don't
pick up in your village, banks will follow. A bank go to where there is economic activity.
We have a federal.
So activate the economy of your village.
We have a federal polytechnic in my village, and that is alone is enough.
No, we are talking of economic activity.
Probably there's a banking system inside the polytechnic.
Bank branch. I was told that for a bank branch to be established, the money in circulation in that area should not be less than $500 million. Because that bank has to be profitable, and these are private business concern. So in cities where you have cluster of banks, it's because you have cluster of economic activities.
A number of these things
again, all these big department stores, I wouldn't want to mention names so that we don't give free adverts. These big department stores, anywhere you see them, it tells you there's a population of about 300,000 of middle class persons who are ready to spend their money, who are making money, are ready to spend it. So if Teve's farm becomes profitable and your kinsman also establishes farms and the volume of economic activity increases, banks will come to support and tap into that.
We are definitely moving in that direction, but don't also forget that, look, some of these things exist on paper. We also know the politics of location. We also know the economics of it. You can't tell me there are a number of the banks.
Public banks.
Even in Abuja here, they've shut down a number of their branches. You can't tell me that.
Because they are not profitable.
Yes, tell me that.
They are also not necessarily that they are not profitable. Some of them are running from cost and a number of things based on.
That's it.
But why do you need
reduce costs, increase profit?
Why do you need a bank structure? For example, when you have POS lending machines all around that can give you 20,000 naira.
Super agent.
Yes, super agent. They can give you 20,000 naira on the spot, and they get their gain. And
the state governor said there are 1.4 million of them. Maybe that takes greater chunk of it.
That takes me to an issue I was discussing off air with Teve and Shola yesterday. Amechi. Those POS agents, Amechi, they do that for survival. And I've asked the Ministry of Labour and Ministry of Interior, have you been able to have a channel where you collate available jobs in Nigeria? When you step into Geneva, for example, Amechi, and you Google available job, you see 20,000 jobs. What are these jobs? The laborer jobs, the POS agent job, the sales girl job, the car wash man, the cleaner. Oh, you submit your request to a channel where it will be published. So as you enter a town, there are so many jobs in Abuja.
So what you're saying is that we should formalize our informal sector.
So that you have it in the system. Once you click, you see it.
Let's quickly go to PVC's sale. It's been what we have been saying here. The Northern Elders Forum, through its spokesperson, Hakim Baba Ahmed, said yesterday, they have it on good authority, that some poor Northerners are being tricked into sale of their PVCs. And they come in the guise of implementing a poverty program, empowerment program. They said, they will tell you, we need your PVC. We pay money into your account. And when we process this further with your PVC, you get more. And that's how poor citizens, poor, illiterate, uninformed citizens are being robbed, if I must use that word, of their PVCs. Now, Modi was here 2 days ago, and we asked her, why do you think these politicians are buying up these PVCs? And she told us, and you heard her rightly, that they are weakening their opponents' strongholds. If they believe, if I'm running against TV, and I believe there are more voters in your own community, I'll come and buy up PVCs, and by buying them up on voting day, they can't vote, because on that day, no PVC, no voting. You can't even use temporary this thing, voters card to vote. So other persons who have spoken to have also confirmed that that is the motive. They also harvest their vein. If you pick up a permanent voter card, you see some numeric characters on it is your vein. They also harvest to identify is you. But beyond the sale, something deep inside of me tells me that the way they are going at the vein, could it be they are cooking up something we don't know yet? Just yesterday, senior NEC officials said there are attempts to break into their server, hack into their system, their server, and all that. So when you put all these things together, something deep inside of me tells me, knowing full well the character and nature of Nigerian politicians who stop at nothing to force their way into power, they could have some agenda. But like I always say, we must be several steps ahead of them.
Yeah, we hope that indeed INEC, its technical staff, and those in IT and all of that would also, pay close attention to some of these issues and see how they can be addressed, as it were, so that we don't have a challenge where the entire system is hacked into. It will be a disaster. Indeed, it will even compound the problems of INEC, because even with the distribution of permanent voter cards, it's clear that INEC has a logistics management problem. Perhaps we need to have more logistics experts being employed into INEC, because that appears
cybersecurity experts.
Their major problem, as it were. So I want to believe that we're up to the task. They've done integrity tests of their server over time. And this system, from what we understand, is also homegrown. So let's see how that will be improved upon. Definitely, they need to continuously check and be sure that we are on guard, especially as we get close to the election. Imagine it's a month, imagine it's a few days or weeks, and there is such a challenge.
Amici, somebody told me yesterday that the fear of beavers is what is creating the noise about PVC buying. And if beavers is for real coming to change our electoral process, we also know that we need to buckle up as INEC to ensure that we block all the avenues that these PVCs can be bought. The PVC, Amici, is an instrument, just like the currency we talked about earlier. And if you are trading your PVC, you are trading your, like the civil society woman said the other day, you are trading your health, you are trading your education, you are trading your children's future. Now, 2,000 Naira for PVC, Amici, there's hunger in the land. There's serious hunger in the land. And
I agree with you.
A woman that makes fried chin-chin buys flour for 100 Naira. Amici, today I was told yesterday that mudu of flour is now 900 Naira. And if you give her 2,000 Naira,
yes,
she feels...
Do you see those street traders? Some of them carry
granite tied, yes, they tied.
The total value of what they have on the tray on their head is not up to 5,000. That's the value. I'm not talking about the profit they will take home. They'll toil all day in the sun, running the risk of being hit by vehicles, run over by vehicles and all that. Now, what profit do they take home? Insignificant.
You talk about women.
It could be less than 500. When we say that Nigerians are poor, you think because we, the urban middle class, are somehow, we can afford all this, we overlook what citizens are going through. So in the city center, you see people that their maximum daily profit may not exceed 500. If you go to the villages where you don't even have any person to hawk to, maximum profit, daily profit may not exceed 200, and you wrap 5,000 Naira in crisp notes and present to this citizen, and you say they will not collect and do your bidding, they will. It's a policy of impoverishment. There's a policy to keep Nigerians poor so that we continue to manipulate them and leave them at their mercy. Leave us at their mercy.
It's a long road we have to climb, and I think gradually we'll achieve results, Amici, because these persons we're talking about in the villages can now use ATM machine. Most of them have ATM cards. They can use the ATM machine. They can go to PS and withdraw money. So by the time we increase the education, election education, what they call it now, voter education, and Nigerians are aware, are more enlightened about electronic voting, I'm sure in the not too distant future, persons can vote electronically with their card. And if you are not captured performing your civic duty, which is to vote or be voted for, I think maybe some penalties can be attached. Maybe the Electoral Offences Commission can come on stream then, and we'll know if there are penalties attached. If you are 18 years plus and you're not a media man or a security man, the essential duty, then maybe some penalties can be attached to not performing your civic duty.
Yeah, I think beyond the lamentation by the Northern Elders Forum, they also have a responsibility. Some of us are advocates of interpersonal communication, even with what we are doing. You know, it works more. We need to get into the field and get the job done. Like I always say, most of Nigerians or most of these people they are talking about listening to their imams. Most of them listen to their pastors. Most of them listen to their emirs, their chiefs, and all of that.
They are cult heroes.
You know, yeah. So they need to go out there. If they are actually the northern leaders in their places like they claim to be, they should be able to talk to these opinion holders, so that the information will be passed down as soon and as immediate as possible, so that this can be checked or stopped as soon as possible. Also heading to the election.
It helps back to issue of providing what the citizens need most.